Upgrades.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back yet again for another Dead City review. Going through episode 4. If you haven't seen the episode yet, go and check it out. Come back to this, and we're going to be going through all spoilers. It's yet again me and Eris from Three Black Geeks, but this time we're in the same space. Who knew? What's going on, dude?
Oh, not much, man. Hey, who knew it took the 4th episode for us to do this in person?
That's how you know I'm dedicated, because y'all know I have not watched any of The Walking Dead anymore, and it's sad, but he was kind of like, you kind of owe The Walking Dead in certain ways.
You kind of do, man.
And I kind of do.
I said it off rip. I said, look, you need to do this. It's like, I'm tired of folks in our space dropping this franchise like a bad habit just because X person gets killed and they just write off the show forever after that. I mean, come on. It's a show about people getting killed, period. No matter who it is.
Yeah, I think that
anybody can get it in The Walking Dead.
To be fair, I think that the Last of Us reawakened my intrigue with this genre, honestly, because I had such a fun time, and I was going back and calling back in my head the first season of Walking Dead, honestly. And I think that's what reinvigorated me. Like, okay, let me give this a chance. And it just happened to be that we started watching the episode on the same day, and it's like, this ain't half bad. So we're here now. We're gonna.
I told you to pick. Listen, we're in the 4th episode. Didn't I tell you it picks up?
It did. I am intrigued. So what was your highlights of this episode? Because I'm gonna put this picture up here just for the sake of it. Yeah.
All right. Full disclosure of this photo here. I like to call this. Hey, we're about to execute a master plan. This plan is gonna go off without the single slightest hitch. But real quick, let's take this selfie. You know what I'm saying? But no.
Little did they know Order 66 was executed at the same time, and they were screwed. But I was kind of like the chick with the disc. I was like, okay, why is he focusing, honing in on her? And then she puts the disc in, then the clock goes down. I was like, this is the same time they're supposed to be coming in. So what the hell is going on? But,
no, he just needed something. No. See, the Croat just needed someone to just press the button. He wasn't going to do this. Like, that's it.
Like, it's beneath me.
But my personal highlight was them storming Madison Square Garden. Sneaking in and trying to execute the plan that, let's be real, a large majority really felt this is a suicide.
Right.
This is a total suicide plan.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, they came in and killed some of our own. And then Negan had to go and be Negan again just to establish a warning. But they figured, hey, let's do this. There's a very, 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 very high chance that this plan will work. Again, on paper.
Right. Like
on paper.
When they started saying it, and I was like, and they were like, you two don't mess it up. I was like,
you're going to tell the two people that probably got more information on the Croat than all of y'all put together to not screw it up?
Even more than that, the last episode, if they weren't there, their group wouldn't have survived anyway.
No, they would not.
So it's like, why are they bad mouthing them? I get it. They're strangers. You don't trust them. But
again,
it just didn't make any sense. The plan never looked like it was going to work. And then you got two big wrinkles. One, a black man's down somewhere, buried some kind of way, which we said we're going to talk about it, but I'm bringing it up because I don't know how Negan got that big old man out of there without anybody knowing. And then Maggie burnt a bear or didn't burn a bear.
The dinosaur, sir.
dinosaur.
It was a stuffed dinosaur.
And
listen, see, you believe that she burned it, and I like anyone who's out there, y'all know the rule of thumb when it comes to Walking Dead. If the audience doesn't see it, and if any character outside of the one committing the act doesn't see it, it didn't happen.
So why did she not
Proof
just
for
sneak,
it didn't happen?
Why didn't she just sneak the matches back in his bag then? Why keep it to herself?
Well, let's think about it, man. As Negan had said earlier, or he said in that episode, hey, you see my matches? And he's been walking around, you know, with that duffel bag. I'd have been like, nah, I ain't seen them. Let me go ahead and then just slide them back in there so you don't ask me about it no more.
Yeah, but it was interesting because she kind of...
I mean, they're both keeping secrets from each other. Really
right. Like, she was about to break down and be like,
one
look,
more?
Hey, I kind of saw a dinosaur. I was about to burn it or burned it. And that might mean the little girl's here. But I was like, Megan, don't tell him this, because then that will bust at the thing, because then he's going to just look for the little girl. Like, all bets are off at that point. Mm-hmm. But she didn't, because she saw, was it the Vaseline? What was it? What was it in the container?
I want to say something that's used for disposing of bodies or something.
No, he had said to her he was looking for something.
Yeah, he was looking for the matches. For all I know, it could have been like a little miniature thing of kerosene or something to burn. I mean, I don't know.
I can't remember what it was, because the black guy took it off of Negan.
Yep.
That's how she knew that the black guy had it. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, she didn't question. She's like, screw this. I'm not telling him anything. This black dude's probably dead. But she didn't say nothing.
No.
Like, I think I love
because she got her own secrets.
Right. The fact is that both of them are not good people at this point.
No. But I mean, then again, who is?
True.
Who is?
In this,
which is what Negan said in episode 1 when they were on the boat. He said, yo, who is even good anymore?
He did say that.
Who's the bad guy anymore?
He did. But it was interesting seeing the callback and the flashback to like a younger Negan in his, I'm not saying his prime, when he was just the king. Like, he was kind of just...
I want to say, I like to say, what, month 6 in running the sanctuary?
Right. He had no care in the world. And if you guys remember back in the day, like, when Rick and the group were trying to even find him, people were, like, acting like they were Negan, or they wouldn't use his name outright. Like, he had complete anonymity. And so I was like...
They really ran off of it like it was a code word.
Right. They did. It was almost like this wasn't the actual person. Mm-hmm. Which is smart, which is genius. That means that he's got his pockets in everybody. But seeing the scene kind of play out, and then we got my man, who's it, Trevor from GTA?
Stephen Ogg.
Yeah.
Simon, the character Simon came back. I was like, hey, it's good to see him again.
Right. And how that kind of played out, it went and basically gave us what we got from the exposition from Negan the last time. Was like what happened with this crazy man and what he's willing to do to get what he wants. Yes. Torturing a little girl. Like, I thought it was a little boy the first time, but I didn't realize it was.
Either way, it was a kid.
And I was just
it was
like,
a kid, and it goes completely against the rules of the sanctuary.
Like, Simon was like, we don't, and like Negan didn't say a word. He was just looking like,
you already know he was going for the blicky.
Yeah. But I do want to ask you, do you think that when they finally met face to face, like all the back and forth, did you feel like Negan was kind of, how do I say this? Not seduced, but intrigued with the idea of listening to what he had to say?
What, the idea of running a sanctuary in Manhattan again?
Right.
You know,
complete control and away from anybody and everyone?
Yeah, complete control and away from Alexandria and everywhere else. I'm pretty sure the idea, like, he probably, danced around with that idea in his head for a little bit, but so much time has passed.
Yeah.
You gotta really think. A whole lot of time has passed. And think about it, if he was to do that, if he was to say, hey, I'm gonna take over this new sanctuary, then honestly it would make that whole episode that was dedicated to him, the Here's Negan episode, it would make it completely useless at that point. Because remember, he burned Lucille as a baseball bat, and he wanted to dead that character, that persona that he had.
Talking about. No idea what he's talking about.
No. Yes, he brought it back, by saying I'm gonna unleash a hurricane. That was cool for intimidation tactics. Because think about it, if the Croats crew had came in, they would have murdered everybody. Yeah. So he had to be that guy, which he had said to Maggie earlier in the episode. I had to be that guy when it was necessary.
Yeah, true. But with this one, it was kind of like when he was listening in, I was like, if the Croat would have actually brought out Maggie's kid, I think that he may have listened, to be honest with you. I think he may have thought about the idea of how he could make this work, but he also knows that he can't control this man. No, this man is devoted to him in a sycophantic way.
Yes.
But I think that the Croat, in so many ways, like wants to put somebody on a pedestal. That's kind of what the vibes that he's giving me. Mm-hmm. He likes to keep people under control. He wants to keep a place of stability as well. And he knows what Negan's capable of and what he's wanting to do. But when Negan, like he was telling Negan, like, look, I'm gonna give you a sign of good faith. Here's this guy that's been trying to hunt you down and kill you. Here you go. I'm just going to throw him over and kill him.
I'm not going to lie. Him bringing out the marshal, it's like, yeah, he got to prove himself. Like, oh, you're capable of, of holding your own against zombies inside the octagon. That's cute. But I'm still going to hold you in handcuffs and whatnot. He brings him out to Negan and says, hey, you want to see a magic trick? I can make a black man disappear. He just threw him over
he threw his butt over there, and I was like, I thought he instantly like hit his head and died. I was like, bro, if they would have actually killed that black man on that, I would have been like, yo, shout out to the Walking Dead.
They was way up in the rafters, man. This is like there were like several like
at least 2 flights of stairs at least.
Not even that, because think about how far the octagon was from the rafters.
Yeah,
like they was up there.
Yeah,
and this is inside the garden.
Right, he held on for dear life. That black dude, shout out to him for holding on. But the thing about that scene is that the Croatian was like, "Wait, what are you doing?" It brought me back to the Riddler. Like, this is not how this is supposed to go. Like, what are you doing? And he was like, he's spiteful then. He was like, let me shoot this black dude real quick. Like, you're trying to still save him? Maybe you're confused, Negan. You're confused. But
like, no, he's not confused. I think you're confused in thinking that this is the same Negan.
Yeah.
Time has passed, sir.
Yeah, it threw him all.
You might have heard about what happened with All Out War back in season 8, but you ain't seen nothing that has taken place. Right. You weren't there during the Whispers. You weren't there during the Commonwealth. Like, you weren't there when he was locked up.
Right. And I think that it's interesting. Like, people like Carl coming into Negan's life changed Negan.
Yes, as it did in the comics.
Moving forward, like he just isn't the same person. I still think he's an evil genius, mastermind, and capable of heinous things. But he also is capable of some good. Like if he wants to, if he feels like it's needed.
He is a master strategist.
Right.
I would say that.
Yeah.
I mean, put it this way. If it was Negan that came up with the plan instead of anybody else throughout this whole show, who would you follow more?
Oh yeah, I would definitely follow Negan.
Okay then.
It's just I guess it's hard for me watching somebody like Maggie even attempting to work alongside him. Like I would have such a hard problem doing that.
Well, never mind.
If I was her.
Never mind. You didn't finish the main show.
No, I haven't.
This is why I can't. This is why I've been trying to get this guy back into the franchise. There's so much for us to discuss, sir.
Oh my God! Look, I promise you this: if this season ends as a banger,
which it will, I'm already calling it. I'm calling it.
First, you can't say that. If this season ends as a banger, I will go back and watch season 11 and finish it and review it as a whole.
You heard it here, folks.
If
ain't no if. We'll see. Like, we're gonna see y'all for this season 11 discussion.
If
but I've been sitting on this wealth of information for like since the show ended, and I'm like, man, I need somebody to talk. I gotta talk to somebody about this show. You being, the other Walking Dead guy, though, I'm like, where you at, Sam? Where you at, man?
Look, if I go back and watch season 11, I will every review, or if we do a season review, probably be a season review. I will not watch every single episode and review every single episode. But for the season review, I will bring out my Rick Grimes shirt that's got blood all over it, and I'll do a review with that. There you go, you guys.
Yeah.
So now we gotta talk about the stupidity of this episode.
Oh, God, which one?
The Octagon.
I was gonna say what? Because to me there was quite a few, but yes, the Octagon is definitely public enemy number one for stupidity.
So they get in there, and the noise starts going off, and they
play music.
They're just listening to the music, just sitting there, and I was kind of like, if this is going on, this is their location, I'd be trying to find a way to the door as soon as they just sat there. And then when the zombies started to come out, and I was like, okay,
I'll let you cook. Go ahead.
Okay, you're looking here, looking there. All exits are gone. I was like, okay, you're pent in this point. Like at a certain point, after one person goes down, we all need to go into the Octagon because there's no way we can be able to fight through this. There's no sustainable way for us to do it. Now, granted, we talked about this while we were watching it. I was like, what they could do is each person get a corner and start going through heads, making sure the gate's secured. Eventually, it could or would go down, but it's still giving them more time than what they got. These ninjas died. 8 people died. It was down to like 4 people left. And then they see the little girl in there. I don't know how or when she got in there. Because if she got in there, she could have been got out, right?
The door was already open. That was the other thing.
Right, the door was open.
The door was open.
They didn't try, and it was like they just all died for nothing. But then the bald-headed dude, who I thought got Millie Wop, his butt shows up out of nowhere, like Tyrese, and it was just fine. And I don't know, it was just so stupid.
Nah, see, okay. All right, let me put it to you like this, Sam. I took all those points that you threw out, and yes, on the surface, a lot of it is stupid. But think about this: you're inside, you're on the floor of Madison Square Garden.
Okay,
that is a huge arena, sir.
It's very big, yeah. Now
you get in there, and the first thing that kicks off after you done ran through every corner of the place looking for the enemy, and the arena is empty, the garden is empty. At that point, I'm like, all right, I'm confused. What's going on here? Like, we had a plan, XYZ, like nothing is happening.
Right. The moment matter of fact, she said nobody's there. Like we need to leave.
Yeah.
Right.
She said, when you said that. Now, the second you say that we need to leave, like the music cuts on.
Yeah.
Music cuts on. I'm like, wait, what's happening? Somebody coming out, or like, what we gonna do? My first response would not be to run inside the Octagon, because what if that was the plan? What if that was the setup?
I mean, I guess, but
second, like the fourth act in the Batman, barrels explode and the doors open for hordes and hordes of zombies to come piling in, right? From every direction.
Sure.
Croad is running off of Riddler rules at this point.
He is.
Now, and I can respect that. I was like, okay, good planning. You didn't even have to be there. You knew that this was going to work like that, and in which it did.
Yeah.
Now the zombies are coming in from every single entrance and exit. There is no way you can get out.
Absolutely.
No way.
There wasn't a way.
Why on earth would I put myself inside of the Octagon that's not even structurally sound? Like, it's not going to hold. It is a fence and padding.
Right, but it's at least fence and padding versus just nothing but bodies around you.
Not even good padding, because at least I would have weapons and I would fight my way through something. I would pick the thinnest. I would say the thinnest, like the thinnest amount of zombies that are coming through. Look for the smallest amount that's coming from one exit or another. Because think about it, if they're coming from upstairs, I already know that's out. I'm already on the ground, so I'm gonna go either this way or this way or this way. I see about 5 coming from here. I see 30 coming from over here, and I got 50 coming from behind me.
Right,
bro. I'm gonna go for the 5 that's right in front.
Yeah, but after you get through 5, if there's like you said, right? You know, the Octagon itself, there's nothing gonna be falling directly from there. Yes. But if you're closer to the stairs or closer to any of the exits, they could be falling from the top.
They could be, but they were actually coming from the entrance.
They were, but eventually they would start falling from the freaking. So what I'm saying is that
if anything,
I would rather have.
They would have been falling down flights of stairs for one thing.
Right, but I would rather have minutes versus seconds. Like if I got a whole wave right here and I'm sitting there defending with my one weapon, they didn't have any defense weapons. None of them had defense weapons.
No.
And so, like, at least the defense would be the fence itself. Matter of fact, these ninjas went into the octagon. Maggie was like, we're going to take these pads off.
And we're going to...
And I was like, okay, they're going to keep the pads in there, and they're going to kind of just wait it out and kind of slowly go through. No, they leave the octagon with the pads. And I was like, you got a defensive weapon now.
It's a smart plan. Think about it.
Go ahead.
You're inside the octagon. The closest exit is like right there. If
Okay.
we could just wait. Listen, all you gotta do is one hit. Just one hit, all like each zombie.
But these are everybody understand. You got little kids.
One.
You got
who already knows how to fight.
You got some women. You got some men. You got some people that don't know what the heck they're doing or know what's going on. They're all disoriented.
Listen, Maggie get clear, concise constructions.
She did.
Grab the pads.
She pulled her Leonidas. I give her Leonidas vibe. But I knew the moment they tried to go in formation, I was like, these are not the Spartans. They're going to break formation. Somebody's going to get their leg cut, and it's a wrap.
Well, the problem was that they didn't break formation. The zombies were just like, oh, yeah, that's cute. Come here. They just grabbed them.
They did grab that black lady out of nowhere. Why the black lady had to go? Why the black lady had to go and then the black man got thrown?
Hang on. I can answer that question for you. Do you remember her name? That's why she had to die.
She was the drifter. That was her name.
She was the scavenger, bro. She just went out collecting stuff. Just like how we watched 4 people in under 30 seconds die inside the octagon. Not even the octagon, just inside the garden.
You know, I don't know.
And you don't even know who they were. No names, no nothing.
I don't know who the black, I was calling the black dude. I don't know who the bald guy's name is. I don't know his girlfriend's name either, though.
No, those. You don't know their names. No, I didn't know their names. I'm just brain farting on it, but no.
See, it's important. It's irrelevant.
No. See, but for them in particular, because they were the first ones to find Negan and Maggie. Well, actually, it was the old lady who actually found them. Yeah, but because they were connected to her, I'm like, yeah, she crawls so they can walk, basically. But come on, it's 6. Like this whole show is 6 episodes. We're on episode 4. There's 2 more episodes to go.
Yeah, it's lit. I'm enjoying the show, but I'm never gonna deny when something is effectively dumb. I thought what was going to happen is the little girl was going to screw this all up. And technically,
she didn't. She didn't. What did she do? What did she do that threw the whole plan off?
She randomly popped up, and Maggie went and followed her down the path to where the octagon was, and
which is where they were going anyway.
But no, Maggie had a plan. Maggie was going to go and sneak up and try to find where Negan was so she could get, I think, Herschel out.
Yeah, but that wouldn't have worked anyway because Herschel wasn't even there.
He wasn't. But if she went that same route, at the very least, it would have been her, Negan, and the Marshal.
It would have been.
Now, everybody else that died, but because I think Maggie, to be fair, did get them out and posed a good plan. But up until, and the precursor to this, they were looking at the vent outside, and he was like, what is that? That's methane gas. I was like, Nick, what? In the freaking, if the sewers have methane gas coming out of them, how long is it started? How long is the Walking Dead? How many years has it been?
Oh, dude, at this point it's been at least 12 or 13 years.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got 10 years time frame. People were definitely down there and died.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no telling what's down there. Like, it's not just toxic. Like, there's mutants probably down there. There's probably like clickers down there. There's probably the Last of Us creatures down there. So to go down there, I know they don't got a choice. I'm not disparaging that, but the fact that there was methane gas coming out of the vents outside and they're just going straight down. And I think it was when the little girl looked up, she looked down, she looked up. I was like, yeah, we ain't gonna never see this little girl again. That
was more of a look of, nah, you still sus. I don't trust you. Because remember, she saw her.
What she saw.
She saw like Jenny. That was her name. Jenny saw.
You remember what?
Yeah, I remember her name. Jenny saw Maggie with her like with her stuffed dinosaur. She's like, well, hold up. I see matches. I see a barrel. I see my stuffed dinosaur, and I see you.
Right.
what are you about to do?
Right.
Even though you stop, even though you may or may not have stopped yourself, I saw what you did. You sus.
And then she also saw her at the car as well.
That too.
So she definitely doesn't trust her, and she wants to protect Negan, and get to her, basically her dad, essentially. So I don't know. I need to see the next episode just because I want to know how it happens or what happens.
It's just 2 more.
But this is good. I mean, I'm picking on it, but to be fair, I was very thoroughly entertained.
This was a great episode.
Yeah.
It's, I would say between old Negan like coming back in that first episode and this one.
Was that the second episode?
Or
yeah, second episode is when he got.
No, yeah, sorry. The second, yeah, that's what it was. Second episode. And this one, I'm gonna say because it's the perfect midpoint of a 6-episode story. This is probably one of my favorites.
Yeah,
one of my favorites so far.
Yeah, the scenario, the setup, I think they did a really good job with it. And also this being taking place in the Octagon is really crazy. I just don't know.
The other reason why the second episode is also one of my favorites is because, come on, man, the Marshal. Black man fighting in the Octagon against zombies.
I mean, no, that was vicious.
It was dope.
That was he went ham. I'm not even gonna lie on that.
That man put that boot to work.
I think the thing that I'm thinking in my head is this next episode has got to slap after having watched something like The Last of Us.
What makes you think that it wouldn't?
I don't know. I mean, well, like, look, I ain't seen all of season 10. I have not seen season 11. Like, I got drug out. I dried up. They threw so many gosh darn shows at me. I was like, I don't know what World is. I don't know what Tales is.
Listen, I
was mad at Fear. But
I can understand. I can understand part of your reason why being mad at Fear.
Like Nick,
I was mad at World Beyond.
One of my freaking favorite characters. Yeah, I didn't even try that. Is it even worth looking at? See, he took that long. It's not. No, I'll go back and watch Fear though. I'll go back and watch Fear.
I'm primarily staying quiet about World Beyond just because AMC. I like you guys. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
AMC, y'all know what it used to be. Y'all know what it used to be. It was every Sunday night, bro. Like when I was dating / courting my current wife, I was like, honey, you gotta dip. I gotta go and record. I gotta do these. It ain't been like that in a long time.
I'm trying. I'm just trying. I just don't want to make nobody upset at AMC. I'm trying to be on people's good side.
But you are excited for the Daryl show.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know enough about it because I ain't finished the season.
But you need to hurry up and get on it because it will be dropping this fall.
There's
no avoiding it, sir.
There's
no avoiding season 11.
I am excited for the Rick and Michonne series because no longer 3 movies anymore.
Yeah, miniseries.
And I think that's it, right?
Wait, is it?
Is that another show? Wasn't there a show that was supposed to be with Carol?
Nah, see, that was what Daryl's show was supposed to be. It was supposed to be Daryl and Carol, but they were, I think, was it midway through production, or I guess the show, or I guess that this initial number of episodes for Daryl is done. But apparently, Melissa McBride is going to be on the show.
Lost.
Yeah, it came, I think there was articles about it. So it came out, a couple of weeks ago.
And so I think you've been keeping this really secretive. It's like, I don't know if this is going to be a season 1 for just this show, or is it just a miniseries of one and done? I don't know if the Daryl show is a season 1, or is it a miniseries one and done? Only one that I know from a spinoff standpoint is Fear has been continuously season for season. So I don't know.
No, Fear is done.
Fear is done.
Fear is done after this season.
Okay, so this is it.
Season 8 is the final season.
So there may not be any more series that continue on a season-to-season basis after this. Then
after this one, no, because outside of the main show being done, Fear is ending with this season. Only thing left now is to continue these miniseries,
right?
Which may or may not happen. Just got to keep watching. Like this guy, got to keep watching.
Oh God! All right, so Eris, where can everybody find your stuff?
Listen, you can find me at 3blackgeeks.com. You can find me on Twitter at BLKNerdJapan. Lord, you know what? Just Google our name, 3 Black Geeks. We're everywhere.
But yeah, you guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed us being together and reviewing this. We haven't done that in a long time. Maybe we'll do it again some other time. Maybe for the finale for this. Maybe we'll do that if it's worth it.
Oh, it's definitely worth it.
Oh my God. All right, we're gone. Later, people.